Are you sick and tired of feeling hopeless all the time? Do you aspire to possess the superpower to overcome any obstacle? Don't worry, because Jordan Peterson is here to show us how to develop resilience and get beyond whatever challenge life throws at us. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Jordan Peterson is a psychologist and lecturer who is well known for his divisive opinions on gender and politics. No matter how you feel about him, he is unquestionably an authority on resilience. Resilience is the superhero cape we all wish we had in a world where stress and uncertainty are all around us. It enables us to get back up after a fall, to persevere through difficult times, and to ultimately succeed in our objectives. So, fasten your seatbelts and get ready to learn the secrets of resiliency from one of psychology's most divisive characters. Because with Peterson's advice, you too can master resilience and overcome every challenge you face. First, let's talk about self-authoring, which is the superpower that will give you the freedom to make the life you want. Self-authoring is essentially about taking charge of your narrative. You get to choose what type of protagonist you want to be, what obstacles you'll meet, and how you'll ultimately overcome adversity. It's like being the director of your own movie. So how does it function? The authoring of the past, present, and future are separated into 3 categories by Peterson. Past authoring is similar to excavating your own life story like an archaeologist. You have the opportunity to consider the occasions, people, and encounters that have molded you thus far. It gives you the ability to think back on your accomplishments and setbacks, joys and sorrows, and mistakes you've made. Taking stock of your current situation is a key component of present authoring. What are your advantages and disadvantages? What do you hold most dear? What aspirations do you have? It's similar to drawing a map of your current surroundings to help you decide where to travel next. Finally, authoring the future is like playing the role of the protagonist in your own story. Which personality type do you wish to be? What types of challenges are you looking to take on? What kind of legacy do you hope to leave? It involves imagining and achieving the future you want. Hence, if you want to control your own future, start by taking control of your own narrative. Accept the power of self-authorship and see how your life story develops into the grand adventure you were destined to experience. Next, let's speak about responsibility, the ultimate ability that distinguishes good guys from bad. Peterson's theory on building resilience says that accepting responsibility is a key part of making yourself better. It involves realizing that you have the ability to direct your own life and that every choice you make has an impact. With tremendous power comes tremendous responsibility, as Uncle Ben famously said in Spider-Man. Now, that might initially seem daunting, but accepting responsibility is also a huge source of empowerment. It entails assuming control over your life rather than having it dictated to you by events outside of your control. How can you begin accepting responsibility? Peterson provides some advice for this. First, he advises accepting responsibility for your errors. Recognize when you've erred and take the opportunity to learn from it rather than placing blame on others or offering justifications. He also suggests that you set controllable goals as your second strategy. Instead of wishing for a lucky break, concentrate on what you can do to get the results you want. And finally, he counsels caring for both your immediate family and yourself. This means being honest, dependable, and kind, as well as helping to make the world a better place. Accepting responsibility is like donning your superhero costume in a world where it's easy to feel helpless. It entails taking control of your own narrative and becoming the kind of person who can truly alter the course of history. Therefore, my viewer, embrace your power and turn into the hero you were always destined to be. Now let's talk about meaning and purpose, because these are what drive the human spirit. Peterson says that finding meaning and purpose is a key part of building resilience and getting through hard times. It's what motivates us to keep going even when things are difficult. But what does it mean to live a life that is meaningful and purposeful? Peterson contends that the key is to discover something bigger than oneself. It may be a cause you're deeply committed to, a close friendship, or an enjoyable creative endeavor. Finding something that fits with your values and makes you feel fulfilled is the key. It's like locating your North Star. It keeps you on course even when all else is uncertain. What steps do you take to give your life value and purpose? Peterson makes a few recommendations. He advises looking closely at your values first. What matters most to you in life? What gives you a sense of satisfaction and pride? Once you've determined what your values are, consider how you can live them out every day. He also proposes that you develop goals that are consistent with your principles. What type of global influence do you hope to have? What kind of legacy do you hope to leave? Set goals that offer you a sense of purpose by using these questions as a guide. Peterson's final recommendation to give your life value and purpose is to look for relationships with others who hold similar beliefs to your own. This could be getting involved with a group or community that supports a cause you believe in, or it could just entail spending more time with those who inspire and motivate you. Finding meaning and purpose is like finding an anchor that holds you grounded in a world that might occasionally feel chaotic and pointless. It's about figuring out what matters to you the most and using that as a compass to design a life that's worthwhile. Let's talk about difficulty now. You know, the kind of thing that makes you want to scream into a pillow and eat a pint of ice cream all at once. But here's the thing, enduring challenging situations can actually serve as a springboard for developing resilience. Peterson says that when we face problems head-on, we become stronger and more resilient, which helps us deal with problems in the future. How then might we respond to hardship in a positive way? Peterson offers a few recommendations. Initially, he advises looking for a purpose in the situation. This could mean looking at what you can learn from the situation or figuring out how to use what you know to help people who are going through similar problems. Second, he advises changing the way you see hardship. Consider it an opportunity for growth and development rather than something to be avoided or feared. The last piece of advice he offers is to take care of yourself both during and after the encounter. This means making sure you get enough rest, food, and emotional support from people you care about. Now, you might be wondering how facing hardship might genuinely aid in overcoming challenges. Well, here are a few examples. A person who has gone through a difficult divorce may grow more sympathetic and understanding of those who are experiencing comparable difficulties. They might also pick up useful knowledge on self-care and communication that will benefit them in their future relationships. After getting hurt and getting better, an athlete may learn more discipline and mental toughness that will help them do their best in the future. If a student has problems in school, they might become more resilient and determined, which could help them in the future in their career. Adversity can therefore be very difficult, but it can also be a very effective teacher. We can develop into better, more resilient versions of ourselves by finding meaning in the experience and learning from it. The next time life surprises you, take a deep breath, tap into your inner superhero, and prepare to learn. Jordan Peterson may be controversial, but no one can deny that his advice on how to be resilient is worth a lot. Peterson has given us a plan for becoming the main characters in our own stories. He talks about things like self-authorship, taking responsibility, finding meaning and purpose, and getting stronger when things get hard. So the next time life throws you a curveball, try not to freak out. Keep in mind these essential principles for resilience and make use of them. Who knows, though? Perhaps you'll recall that challenge as the turning point in your journey toward being the protagonist of your own tale someday. Get your house in order before you critique the world. To use Jordan Peterson's own words, let's therefore begin with ourselves and transform into the tough, irresistible forces of nature that we were always destined to be.